Thanks for tuning into the Cape Fear Sports Report. On today's show, we've got dazzling dunks, wicked slap shots, and the post-Benny Moss era has begun.
3 words, Super Bowl. With the best of sports highlights this side of the coach's corner, it's the Cape Fear Sports Report.
Welcome to the Cape Fear Sports Report, driven by Stevenson Automotive Group. We've got a Super Bowl spectacular today. I'm Jesse Jones.
I'm Joe Messeri, and for UNCW, which is about to tip off
right
against Delaware right now, it's life after Benny Moss. Jim Dalkey has a look at the week in review.
UNCW hosted the VCU Rams Wednesday night, the second game under interim coach Brooks Lee. One of the biggest concerns coming into the game was stopping VCU big man Larry Sanders, who had 9 NBA scouts watching him at Trask Coliseum. The Seahawks hung around for most of the first half, thanks to the play of guard Chad Tomko, who gets a finger roll here, then uses his burst of speed to get to the rim and connects on a runner. Tomko had 11 points, but 0 assists and 7 costly turnovers. Ahmad Grant struggled shooting the ball for most of the night, but hit a step-back jumper here to put the Seahawks up 6-2. VCU pressured the Seahawks on virtually every possession, but UNCW caught a break here as a broken play turns into 2 points for Keith Rendelman. Rendelman had 6 points and 9 boards for the night. And what would a UNCW highlight package be without a John Fields sighting? Midway through the first half, Trevor Dillage finds Fields for an alley-oop slam, and the Seahawks tie the score 22-22. Later in the first half, Tomko has a breakaway, but Sanders comes out of nowhere with a block. But UNCW did manage to hold Sanders to 0 points for the game. But from the 4-minute mark on in the first half, VCU owned the Seahawks. Joey Rodriguez gets a bucket here, and then hits a runner in the lane. He had 18 points on the night. The next possession, Darius Theus finds himself open under the basket for an easy 2. The Rams ran away with things in the second half, and the Seahawks' poor shooting leads to Brooks Lee's second loss in as many games. Lee noted that the offense is going to have to step it up if things are going to turn around.
Yeah, again, thought the effort was there. Thought the guys played hard. Defensively, I felt like we played well. Our struggles now are offense. You know, we're missing some open shots. We're missing some point-blank shots. And when you do that, it puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your defense. You can only, hold them so many possessions before they're going to score a couple. And, you want your defense to bend, but eventually they're going to break through and make some baskets. And that's where we are right now is we're struggling on the offensive end. We're getting good shots. We just got to step up and make them.
So, the difficult season continues to get more frustrating for the Seahawks. UNCW has lost 8 of its last 9 and plummeted to 10th in the conference. The Seahawks can only hope to win a couple of games down the stretch and gain some momentum heading into the CAA tournament.
All right, well, we're joined by Jim now. So Sunday's game, they got snowed out on Saturday, postponed till noon, so they're just playing now. We don't really know what to expect, but what's kind of how's the Brooks Lee era began?
I feel a little bit bad for Brooks. He's gotten this team to play hard with a lot of passion, but they're just not putting the ball in the basket. There's nothing really you can do coaching-wise from that standpoint. So really what we want to see from UNCW is just to put the ball in the basket. The last 2 games, they've shot 14 and 17% from behind the arc, and there's nothing you can do about coaching with that. You just need to score.
There's a couple weeks left in play. Expect maybe pull out a couple of wins?
Brooks would really like that. He's got the opportunity now, if he can pull a couple of wins together, to get a job with another school, maybe not Division I, but another school might pick him up as a head coach if he can put a couple wins together against quality competition. But as far as the UNCW coaching situation goes, it's still uncertain.
All right, well, thanks, Jim, for joining us today. Coming up on the Cape Fear Sports Report, we're going to look at UNCW hockey. We'll be joined by Wilmington Mayor Bill Sappho to talk about the Super Bowl. But next, we're going to look back at last week's high school basketball action. You're watching the Cape Fear Sports Report, driven by the Stevenson Automotive Group.